Alrighty, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to Emnix Plays Path of Exile Ultimatum League. We are currently slowly trudging along. I'm currently level 85 on tier like 6, 7 maps on yellow maps. I just got into yellow maps. And we're starting to run into a few issues, I think. I'm not exactly sure yet. I can't put my finger on it, but I think we're starting to see a few cracks in the seams of our build. You know, petrified blood is nice and all, but being at half HP all the time is really scary when you're getting spiked by these big mobs and ultimatums. Getting you know, like I'm just getting surrounded all day, and they kind of hurt. Normally going through maps I'm fine, but it's in ultimatums that I'm like kind of seeing issues. So I swapped over to dual hand or dual wield. So I'm using 2 axes for a little bit more extra DPS, because I noticed that just with Jack the Axe, my DPS was maybe falling off a little bit. So I swapped over to dual wield. Basically lost a few defenses, but definitely the clear speed is a whole lot faster. But you know, I actually did lose quite a bit of block, even though I had acrobatics. I probably lost around 30% block, 30% spell block, something like that, which is a pretty big deal. It's actually quite surprising, like how much of a difference that block did. I thought about getting it back, but I don't know. I'm gonna need to play around with it a little bit more to experiment. I don't know what necessarily is better here. I would imagine that even if it's 30%, maybe the block is good, but then we lose a lot of damage, so I'm not sure. I picked up Hemophilia for a little bit more clear. So now, because everything's bleeding, we get some nice bleed explosions as well. And aside from that,
I'm not up to that just
yeah, new axe, bleed explosions. I got a ring with Poacher's Mark when you hit a rare unique enemy. Hopefully, once I get my Uber Ascendancy, that will give us even more damage reduction, because the Ascendancy gives us nearby enemies near these marks deal like 25% less damage. So in combination with Wind Dancer, Fortify, and all that good stuff, hopefully that gives us, you know, even more defenses. Because right now what's happening is I'm pretty sure I'm not taking like giant hits. Sometimes I take giant hits and I just die. But for the most part, I think I'm dying to like getting swarmed and taking like 1,000,000 mini hits. Because especially since, you know, we're relying on dodging and evasion. You know, once we get hit a few times, our evade just stops working, right? Plus, there's the other issue right now, which is evasion isn't very high right now, because I'm still using like a red chest armor. So that's an armor base. So my evasion like rating is what, like, let me see. It's almost non-existent. It's 5,900 evasion with my flasks up. 11,000 evasion with my flasks up. So normally I have my flasks up like pretty often. But occasionally when it's down, I basically have no evasion rating whatsoever. So, you know, these are all like relatively easy fixes that probably just, all I need is a little bit of time. I have to farm up a little bit to get all the gear I need. You know, I'm not wearing evasion gear. And again, you know, gear isn't exactly great. And the reason why it's not is I'm just trying to balance like resistances and stuff. So that, you know, say I get evasion, you know, maybe I can't get enough resistances to actually cap myself. So I'm just trying to keep like a nice balance. But yeah, like these ultimatums can get a little rough, I think. Flesh and Stone is a good defense. Flesh and Stone is a good defense. That's something you can consider. I would need to figure out what to replace in here, because mana, I have Pride, which is taking up all my mana reservation. Obviously, I can't put it on life, because that would be like 70% life reserved. Flesh and Stone's actually a pretty good idea, though. I actually have to think about that. What am I have Petrified Blood. What am I reserving? I'll need to double check in a second.
This is cold indeed. Death's cold grip is inescapable.
So yeah, we're like kind of getting through these ultimatums. Luckily, this is like a small area, so I'm not getting completely swarmed. But sometimes I just see my HP dropping to 0, and I'm like not exactly sure why or how. In this case, I seem to be doing well. I have some concerns about my defenses. I think I need to like basically up my offense. Like for example, I was like, oh, how do I keep myself alive? And I checked my leech rate right now. For example, I can leech up to 1,000 damage a second. I'm assuming in red maps, there are many times where you'll be taking more than 1,000 damage per second. So how do you stay alive there, right? Like those are my concerns right now. So I'm like, so far things are going pretty well, but I can see like a scenario where we get into the late game, we get into red maps, and we get chunked super hard all the time. And in those cases, I don't know what to do. For now though, like things are okay. Things are okay. I don't want to bother anyone. Well, you know what, Dream? If you want to talk about it, feel free to. You know, if you don't want to, that's all right as well.
My mana is gone.
Obviously, you know, it's up to you. It sounds like the people in chat right now, you know, in terms of like what people consider problems. As long as you're not going to jail, it's not a problem. That's what it sounds like. Cast when damage taken, Immortal Call. So I have cast when damage taken Steel Skin. I was thinking Immortal Call. Yeah, I was debating Immortal Call versus Steel Skin. I have endurance charges, so the Immortal Call would work. But I'm like, wouldn't just flat reduce damage taken for an evasion character be better than less damage taken? You know, because the idea for like a dodge character is after you hit me a few times, I can sort of dodge the next few hits. So instead of less like because I have so little defenses, when you hit me once, I probably get chunked pretty low already. So instead of having you like do less damage to me next time, how about I just block as much damage as possible? So that was what I had in mind. So I picked Steel Skin. My depression has been getting worse and worse. Oh, okay. It's a mental thing. You know, that's actually, you know, part of it. I don't want to say what triggers it, but that has been a pretty common problem these days, actually, with a lot of people. Quite unfortunate. So yeah, I'm picking Steel Skin. Oh, but yeah, you can see like sometimes I just get chunked real hard. And I can't regen and like leech it fast enough. One thing I should probably think about is just getting more damage. But like here's my thought process. The more damage I get, that doesn't actually help with my leeching, right? So if I get hit super hard, I don't want to die. So I need to think about how to fix that. What am I currently reserving? So Pride takes 50%. Petrified Blood takes 35%. So those are my two auras, pretty much. I could always drop Petrified Blood, but Petrified Blood's actually such a cool aura, or like cool buff. I don't want to drop it.
How's the trail? Godslayer.
Hey Dream, if you want to talk about anything off stream, you know, feel free to message me after.
exiles.
Hoosiers.
Game top. How's it going? 14 months, dude. Holy crap. Holy cow. It's been a long time. Dude, we've had COVID for 14 months now because I started like really streaming a lot more on Twitch ever since COVID started. Can you guys believe it? My wife got her vaccine yesterday, thank God. I can't wait for me to get mine. I want to let's have a crafting tab. I want to craft on this if I can. I don't know what I could possibly get, but I feel like with influence bases, you can always get some interesting stuff.
I'm not up to that just yet.
All right, so today's a bit of a short stream. It's a super nice day, but it's also noon-ish. So probably sometime in the afternoon, I kind of want to go outside, you know, get some sun. All right, so with this guy, again, like let's build up a little bit of rage. I just get spiked so hard. I don't know what it is. Ow. Defenses are a problem. I'm getting one shot. Alright, I probably need to drop a portal actually. So this is the part I freaking hate. Just dying all the time to bosses and stuff. And this isn't even super hard maps. This is a tier 7, you know. So here's where my concern lies, right? Like once I start getting to later tiers, things are gonna get a little rough. All right. All right, just gotta play carefully, I think. You know, I think I was getting killed by a lot of little hits. I'm so used to just like face tanking everything. Ow, these guys hurt so much. All right, we got him. We got him. I feel like it's damage over time that kills me. Like I probably need to find a way to not be affected by bleeding and poison. Those two probably affect me a lot. Physical damage probably is really bad too. Just because I don't have any armor. And then I'm not too concerned about elemental damage, but yeah, when it gets spiked really hard, which is probably gonna happen more and more often once you get later into maps, I just fall over and I roll over or die, right? Little things like volleying Emnix's best gear, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. All right, we got. I love getting Hunter's influence. I think Hunter bases are like one of the best ones. I don't know if that's actually true, but I just love getting Hunter influence on my maps. Are there any bonuses that I have yet to complete? No, I did all of these. Okay, well we can try running some yellows then. What is this? Overgrown ruin? Don't make me? No, because I don't have 12k yet? Oh, you guys are just saving up, huh? Okay, okay. 9k to go. I already evolved the Impulsa. The Impulsa has been evolved. It just, it ripped. It ripped so hard. Oh my god. Luckily, we still managed to sell it. Guys, I had the Impulsa for a total of 20 minutes. Maybe, at best. Thank God someone had like still wanted to buy it. I was convinced it was just dead. It was dead. It was a 2-socket dead Impulsa. If it was like it was almost perfect. The stuff itself, you know. Anyways. So yeah, clearing wise, like it looks so good. And then we fight a boss or we fight an ultimatum and we're a little squish. Definitely, you know, we're a little squishy. I don't know why, because maybe because I don't have enough damage, so they live long enough to just destroy me. As you get later into the game, like definitely damage is one of those things you need. But I was hoping to have something that's just like really tanky with decent damage. Maybe I need to swap out this axe later. I was actually thinking, you know, dual wield is fine and all. But with Vol Ground Slam as like a big finishing skill for me, a two-handed weapon would be quite optimal here.
My mana is gone.
Yes, it would attack much slower, but I have Rage, which gives me a lot of attack speed. I have Blood Rage. You know, I have some Frenzy charges. So it's not like I don't have any attack speed activators. And then that way with Vol Ground Slam, you deal 400% base damage. The bleed would be a lot stronger too, is what I'm thinking. Gotta step out for a bit, hope to get back before stream ends. Yeah, we'll be on for maybe just a couple hours. Not too long, but I'll see you in a bit, Lestat. Oh. I still have that 6-link axe if you want to give it. It needs decent damage though. It just like I feel like one of the things like with the pack builds in general, it's like I just need well-rolled gear, which is just it's hard because you know that stuff's expensive. So but for now the damage is okay. I think when I do decide to switch and I get a 6-link axe, it will help a lot in terms of defenses too, because that means I can swap my chest armor too. Right now, I'm on a 5-link armor chest armor. I would love to switch it to some kind of evasion-based armor or even a unique armor. That's also one of the reasons why I'm thinking about like a 6-link axe, because you can get like red sockets pretty easily on that thing. Versus if we had like imagine we get like a full evasion chest armor and we're trying to roll like 5 reds or something. Possibly even 6 reds, like it would be hard, right? But then at the same time, I can't just have any random 6-link. It needs to have like good damage to replace my 2 weapons. Because right now my weapons, they're giving me a lot. They're giving me like a lot of survivability. It's giving me 2000 HP regen a second, give or take. Like in the best case scenario, I guess. And then it's giving me 20% more damage with bleeding. And then the axes themselves have like decent DPS. So it's just one of those situations where like I need gear. You know, I need gear, and basically what it comes down to is just like I probably need to play a bit more, not the. I'm averaging maybe an hour and a half a day right now. The last 2 days I was kind of busy. My brother-in-law moved into a new house. I was helping him move. So you know, I just haven't played much since last time we streamed. You know, all I did was go out and buy some gear, and then hope that it worked out, and it's okay. You know, it definitely. I'm a little bit stronger since last time. We have Poacher's Mark on hit. Oh my goodness. But okay, look. I don't think we have like a terrible build either, because normally. When I get hit by those Vol constructs or whatever, and they spike me like that, I'm dead. 100% I'm dead. At least now, I have like time to react, and that's thanks to Petrified Blood. But Petrified Blood has its downsides, right? And that's what I'm trying to counteract, Petrified Blood's downsides. It's sadly level 45 unique, 191 to 288 damage. Yeah, I'm looking for something that's like 400 DPS, 500. You know, like I need something that's... It probably needs to be pretty heavy on the damage. And that's hard. Those are expensive. Okay, I'm out of charges. That's actually scary. I don't have any flasks left. This is where you ball ground slam him, huh? Okay, we got him. That was actually quite easy. So sometimes, depending on the boss, it's not bad. Sometimes they just wreck me in the face. Okay. I'm playing new build until a self found just to try and self-craft my gear. For the items for my build go down in cost. Yeah, like it's... You know what? This league actually is a pretty challenging league because the ultimatums, they're not easy to do, I think. At least that's the way I see it. You know, any other league... Well, actually no, other leagues can be challenging as well. But I just feel like ultimatums are particularly challenging. Like, rituals were easier, for sure. Right? They have to be. Ultimatums are pretty insane. Especially if you try to go to like the maximum every time, and that's what I've been trying to do. You know, maybe what I should be trying to do, what I should be trying is like when things are too spicy, I should just get out of there. But I don't know how to do that. So what ends up happening is I just try to go to the maximum every time, and occasionally I die to ultimatums. But today, like this episode, when I start dying to map bosses, that's the first time. I haven't been dying to map bosses at all. Typically, when I fight them one-on-one, it's pretty easy. So the fact that I've been dying actually was a bit of a shell shock. I was actually quite surprised.
Good job.
You know, I was just talking about it. You know, things are fine except when we do ultimatums and I die to map boss. That's when I was like, uh-oh. All of the items I need for my build are over 2 exalts. Yeah, things are quite expensive right now, huh?
This trial may be the one that brings about your defeat. Night's
Okay.
madness drains away all
Slay monsters. Okay, I can do that. So I'm trying to incorporate Corrupting Blood, and I might have lost a little bit of damage trying to do that. Basically what I did was I put Life Tap
coiling around your heart.
as one of my support gems for Ground Slam. Because I was having a lot of trouble trying to get it to sustain Corrupting Fever with just like, you know, dash and my war cries on life tap. Like I couldn't sacrifice enough life. Now that I put life tap on my ground slam, obviously because I hit so fast, I end up sacrificing enough and I can refresh Corrupting Fever very often. But as a result, I think I lost a little bit of damage on my ground slam itself. So that might not have been the greatest idea. But then again, Corrupting Fever gives me like what, 1300 physical damage per stack per second, which is a lot. I think. I'm not sure. Clearly did not do the math.
Twice.
But before I had what was it, melee physical damage, right? And that was like 49% more damage. Oh, okay, things are getting spiced. Do I keep going? See, this is where I just don't know where to stop, you know? I just keep going. We're gonna put him in a choke point right here. I learned this from StarCraft. And we're just gonna slam. Just keep slamming. There's a Soul Eater. Dude, the fact... Okay, maybe this is what kills me sometimes. Like, Soul Eaters in... Oh my god. Like, he's super big. He's attacking super fast, and somehow I'm still alive. Maybe I'm, like, kind of tanky after all.
Death's cold grip is inescapable.
Okay. Okay, they're getting choked up at the door. They're stuck. They're stuck. We're using strategy, okay? We need to think strategically. You can't just sit in the middle and fight them. Oh, hell yeah.
That would only slow me down.
At least in softcore Ultimatum, things are more expensive because Ultimatum drops so much raw chaos and there's no chaos sync on the map device, so the chaos value just keeps dropping. If the build is meta or shares items with meta builds, then the build's gonna be expensive too. That makes sense.
I'm not up to that just yet.
You know, for the most part, because of that, I try to steer clear of things that are like too meta. But I think I might have accidentally stumbled on something. Like, my build isn't meta, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people are playing Vol Ground Slam. Like, what I'm doing right now, there's no way this is meta. But, like, I think a lot of people are playing Ground Slam, Vol Ground Slam and stuff. Is my guess. Because weapons are expensive, man. Like, good physical DP. And they always were. It's hard to roll, like, a good weapon. Good axe, two-handed axe or something. But, man.
My mana is
Because I saw a lot of Vol Ground Slam Berserkers while I was looking at builds. And I'm like, uh-oh.
good job.
If you pay 12C for a harvest, expect 3 plots with 4 crafts total. Yeah, the harvests, I didn't want to say anything about it, but they've been nerfed pretty hard. Like, I don't expect you to get a lot of good stuff. It's basically worth like a bunch of targeted chaoses. Which, okay, look, if you had a bunch of targeted chaoses back in the day, like before you actually saw what harvest, you know, like the juiced harvest stuff, I think if you had targeted chaoses, you wouldn't mind it too much. I wouldn't pay 12 chaos for it. But if I had targeted chaoses and you could save them, I wouldn't mind it too much. They're like fossils, basically. But, you know, the fact that harvest used to have add remove, like basically free exalts, and now you get nothing, like that hurts, right? Like what I've been doing these days with the harvest is I just save them all up. You know, you even the chaoses, the rerolls, I save them, and then when I feel like it, because I don't see harvest that often, I don't pay for it either. What's up? No, not since you made eggs last time. What? Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. I went to grab a coffee and some snacks. Discord. But yeah, like I was saying, like I don't honestly like this new harvest. There aren't that many like different harvest plots, but I don't mind it too much. Especially, it's basically just free chaoses, right? I wouldn't pay for it, but it's like targeted chaoses are still good.
Yeah, what's up, babe?
You know. Alright, still do a few more maps. Does leech scale on damage too, or only from passive tree? What do you mean? Like if you do more damage, you'll leech more. Ooh, I cannot do elemental weakness. You know what? Let's just alch it. Man, I'm so low on alchs. I only have 13. So poor. They over nerfed harvest. It's yeah, there isn't much. Like, there's no way paying 12 chaos is worth it. Do I think it's over nerfed? Compared to before, I mean, it's a big difference. It's a bit of a shell shock. I don't. Okay, yeah, maybe this is against the grain a little bit, but I don't think it's over nerfed. Maybe. Like, I still find it useful. It's just a bunch of chaoses. You know, if you're looking to craft bases, like it sounds like what GGG wants you to do is basically just randomly roll influence bases or gear or whatever, and just chaos them over and over. Like, it'd be nice to be able to target exalt and remove mods and everything, but like, let's be real, that kind of stuff is kind of game breaking. Or not game breaking, but it's like, it's quite powerful, right? Like, there's no currency that really does that properly. And that's what Harvest was enabling, and maybe they just didn't want that kind of stuff in the game. I don't know. But these days, the way I approach Harvest is very different, right? I just saved all the chaoses, and then I would use it towards, like, if I'm looking for a specific set of mods, you know, maybe I'm looking for +1 fire gems. Although now you can get +1 fire gems very easily, obviously. But I don't know. T1 fire damage, you just keep chaosing with fire on a wand or something until you hit it. It's gonna take forever, but at least it like gives you a better chance than straight chaos, or I suppose it's just like a fossil now. It's basically a fossil. Fossils might be better now, actually, if you think about it, because actually no, the harvest guarantees 1 fire mod, whereas the fossil just gives you higher chance, right? But you can combine it with other fossils, which I don't know, might be good.
Vengeance is cold indeed.
They did add a few beastcraft recipes. Roll a modifier on influence items. That's true. I guess it's fine. They did spread it out a little bit, so there are other ways of crafting. I don't know. It's weird. It is a little weird. Like, I can see why people would say they over-nerfed it, right? Especially given what it was like before. You definitely cannot do the same thing that you were doing before. You have to approach it, like, very differently. So in that respect, yeah, like, it's compared to before, it's like so different, super nerfed. Is it unplayable? Is it like just useless now? I don't think so. I know a lot of people just straight skip it. I think endgame people, like people who play like really far into endgame and have insane gear, it's pretty useless for them now. Unless you somehow find some added moves, maybe. But like for the most part, it's like you'll never get what you want. I think for people who just have like middle of the road gear, who like, you know, they just need a better weapon, a better piece of jewelry, or I don't know, like you're trying to roll a Warlord's Mark on your Elder Ring and you don't care what the other mods are, so you just keep, you know, chaos rolling with caster mod, like that, those kind of situations. Ooh, an exalt. All right, I need to make sure I don't die. And in those kind of situations, you know, it's still good. Oh, I need to make sure I don't die. I need to make sure I don't die. Oh my god. Okay, things are super scary.
Exalt in Ultimatum.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure this is like the freaking final wave. Like, everything hurts. Oh, Jesus.
Just run around.
No, it was killing them. It wasn't survive.
Oh.
How are you doing in Ultimatum, by the way? 'Cause those are pretty tough, I find.
Yeah, they're tough.
Yeah.
I respect into Raider and felt better in terms of both damage and survivability.
Oh yeah?
Something
Okay.
you to consider too, right? Like, aren't you a Deadeye?
I'm a Deadeye.
Yeah. Is Raider not better for you? With moderate gear?
No, maybe not for bleeding.
Why does Deadeye help with bleeding?
Rupturing gives you 75%. Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't using Rupturing. Yeah, so I just went the Frenzy Charge route.
What's better for Ancestral Totems, War or Protect? Ancestral Protector is better for attack speed. If you're just looking for straight damage, then, you know, War Chief. I forget what build are you doing, GameTop? So the Raider's helping a lot. Actually, Raider has like a lot of good defenses.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Yeah, because like I was not using the bleed rupture mod, right? I was doing the ricochet and the tailwind and gale force.
Right.
And overall with Raider, I get more move speed with onslaught.
You get elemental immunity, which is insane.
I don't take that.
You don't want it?
Which is that?
It's like immune to
Avatar of the Veil.
elemental,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, when you're
Yeah.
phasing or something.
Yeah, no, I go the frenzy and onslaught route.
Okay.
So,
Respectable.
rapid assault, avatar chase, and then it's easier to sort of max out evasion without having fully spent evasion gear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did pick up a savior, which helped with damage.
Cool. Pretty much doubles your damage in a way.
Yeah, although I don't always crit. Like,
Cyclone Bleed. I think Anstro Protector is probably better if you're trying to scale the bleed damage. That's my guess. How deep into maps are you now, Alan?
14 is as far as that. It's hard to find maps.
Yeah, everyone's been saying that. I don't understand.
They must nerf it. Secret nerf. I didn't see it in any patch notes, but
Stealth nerf? No red maps for me? Really? I mean, I'm not there yet, so... But so
Hey.
far, I haven't been having too much trouble in yellow maps.
by the way, I heard you say that Kay got vaccinated.
Yes.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Which one?
She got the Pfizer.
Nice. That's better.
Is it actually?
Well, like we tell people that whichever one you can get first is the better one, but NACI, which is the Canadian National sort of vaccination board, would recommend that like in low risk areas where there's not a lot of COVID and you have the option of necessarily waiting, that mRNA is preferred. There have not been any reports of thrombosis with mRNA vaccines versus there has been, although very, very rare, with both Johnson & Johnson as well as AstraZeneca. That may just be that they came out later and they were tested on a wider population than Pfizer and Moderna.
Right.
There haven't been any reports of thrombosis with mRNA.
Is thrombosis blood clot?
Yeah, blood clots, sorry. Yeah, so there's very rare reports of blood clots, right? And relatively dangerous blood clots. But that being said, the one you can get first is still the better one.
True. Fair. I mean, you know, like Jay got his today at a pop-up clinic, and he got Pfizer too. So
Because you guys are in a hotspot, right?
no,
Then how are they getting it?
Jay is.
Oh, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jay was. Yeah.
And Kay got it because she's a teacher.
Yeah.
Did her parents get it?
Yes, they got it a while ago, but I think they got AstraZeneca.
No. Your build seems like it's coming along pretty well.
It's coming along. It doesn't seem
better,
too
better
bad.
than your normal builds at this point, to be honest.
Yes. It's in yellow maps, and I'm not struggling.
Yeah,
Too
usually
much?
At this point, you're like 0 DPS and dying all the time, and then you kind of stop playing.
Yeah. No. In that respect, it's a lot better. But I can see problems starting to creep up. You know?
Well, at a certain point, you just need a big DPS two-hander weapon, right? And that just takes currency.
Yeah. What the heck does this guy want? Oh. Chimeric. What? Oh, here. Yeah, I need a big weapon. I'm thinking about swapping to two-hander.
Probably better for you for Grand Slam.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
Are you on a 5-link?
I'm on a 5-link, so 6-link would help too.
You know, your damage is not bad for a 5-link, man. if you're on yellow maps, and I was watching you stream, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's honestly like I don't have too much to complain about.
I think it's better than your Righteous Fire, for example.
Righteous Fire had some issues.
Yeah.
It needed a lot of gear just to do anything.
Because you were dying on us. Oh shit.
You know what? Though I knew this build was like gonna be okay with survivability. At least it was gonna be decent. Like the more I thought about it, I'm like, there's so many defensive layers. It should work. Was sort of my thought process.
Oh fuck. I died on an inscribed ultimatum.
Damn, that sucks. What did you sacrifice?
10 Rico orbs.
That still kind of sucks.
It's okay.
Okay, I got Lex Proxima, Maven's Invitation. Let's go do that. But yeah, I'm making good progress. I think I started off with some decent like weapons, decent gear, and the build isn't just like 0 defense hot garbage either. So that's good. And like Ball Ground Slam is actually insanely strong. Especially for bleed. It's actually so good. I love it.
Really, eh?
Yeah. Because the 400% extra damage is just it's a lot of damage. And Petrified Blood is like deceptively good.
Yeah, I was seeing your
Like I would
your
sometimes go to
stream,
0 HP and still live somehow. I don't understand it. That's the problem. I don't understand what's keeping me alive.
because it mitigates it and turns it into like damage over time.
Yeah, so even if you get spiked, like say you get one-shot it, you don't die until that damage over time expires.
That's interesting.
But I think if you get spiked multiple times, maybe it still brings you down to 0. That's the part I don't understand.
When I was watching you stream,
Hey,
it looked
Turtle,
like
how's
you
it going,
were
man?
dying.
I wasn't?
It looked like you were dying, but you weren't dying.
Yes, yeah, it's actually really scary. I keep thinking that I'm dead, and turns out I'm not. I don't know how. Do you bother getting Seance now on Lex Proxima? Is it still worth it?
I still got it.
You still got it?
Oh, Seance?
Yeah. The possessed
no,
one?
I didn't get Seance. I don't know. I went the Harvest stuff. I don't know if that's...
You went Harvest?
Yeah.
I see, okay, like, containing an additional Harvest seems pretty good, but the other stuff seems kind of bad. Chance for chosen crop to not wilt, increase experience, chance to spawn additional monster. Like, who cares?
Yeah,
I guess I'll
that's
go
what
Breach here.
Proxima, right?
Yeah.
I went the Harvest and always drop a Sacred Blossom and not wilt. And I went Breach.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
I'm
the
gonna
Breach one's good.
pass on
Yeah.
that. I was finally able to get a PS5. It came in yesterday. Fucking excited right now. Pog, congrats, man. Now you can play Path of Exile on your PlayStation. So I can see that now I'm only in the story, but Cycle and Bleed and going on defensive passes, and not only damage feels so tanky and good dots for low gear. Yeah, I bet leveling feels pretty good with it. Yeah, I'm gonna go Breach. I think I you know, being able to get Breach stones and stuff is probably pretty good. And fighting Breach bosses just sounds fun. No, that's bad.
Yeah, just use the chaos, like you said, for random chaos for like gear that I think I might want. Like
Which,
cluster jewels.
like, here's the thing. I actually think that's
I usually
fine.
roll with cluster jewels, chaos for cluster jewels, anyways.
True. Well, cluster jewels works too. Yeah, like I used it on quite a few cluster jewels, and like it rolls pretty well, right? Especially since you need it for certain things, anyways. A lot of stuff that I do sell is from harvest crafting, so I'm still getting something out of it.
Oh shit. I'm dying.
But who knows? Maybe that's just because early on anything sells. I think
Yeah.
later on you're gonna find that a lot of the harvest crafts don't actually give you anything you need unless you're rolling a new character or something.
What the heck? I'm getting killed by.
Exile.
Alright, let's do El Hazmin. I actually have a lot of trouble with this guy. Damage over time, poisons and stuff, it just destroys petrified blood.
And chaos, right?
Chaos. Chaos damage kind of ruins me.
Yeah, he's tough for me too. We have similar builds, ish.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we were basically both playing Deadeye, so I can kind of see how it would be similar. Let's toss Breach onto this thing, because it's Lex Proxima. I just put some stuff in. Hopefully we get a Breach boss. That'd be cool. Weather has been so weird, man.
Yeah,
It was freezing cold a couple days ago. Yeah. Now it's super warm again.
You gonna go outside?
Yeah, I think we can go take a walk in a bit. Have you been sort of exploring your neighborhood these days, or
Yeah, we went for a walk around the neighborhood a little bit.
do you have like any sort of like recreation, like parks and stuff in the area?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a small park.
Nice.
It's not
I'm
bad.
gonna play this build in SSF for 5 to 6 days to see where I finish on this build from self-crafting for first time. I actually really like self-crafting, and I mean that's what Harvest was supposed to be for. Now, you can't do that as much anymore. But it's actually really fun. I think it's a very satisfying way to play if you have the time. If you don't have the time, you just won't get anywhere. Like definitely, if you don't have time, it's better off to just buy everything, If we take it to an extreme level, if you don't have time, like if you really don't have time, and some people RMT.
GG's gonna freeze your account for advertising RMT.
I didn't advertise it. Just saying, probably some people do it.
What?
Did you hear about the bans, by the way?
Yeah, I did. Funny.
Deserved. Deserved?
I'm
Probably
not up to that
deserved.
just yet.
Probably. I mean, I don't know. What do you mean, deserve in what way? It's not the first time they've manipulated exploits, right? Like, last league there was that whole Seance possessed thing. Where they made way more money than they made this time, right?
That was part of that was game mechanics. This is a bug.
I mean, they were imprinting those watchstones.
Yeah.
That wasn't an intended mechanic.
That you couldn't imprint. I mean, the wording on it says imprint an item.
That's true, I guess.
I think there's a difference between manipulating mechanics and finding like interesting ways mechanics interact, and just like, oh yeah, like the developers forgot to put this in. And now it's like breaking everything.
True.
But sure, I guess I get what you mean. So like when it first happened, my first thought was like, in a way, I kind of feel bad because sometimes it's hard to tell when it's a bug and when it's an exploit. But the more I thought about it, it's like, well, this is clearly. But the other thing is, part of the reason why they got banned in the first place probably was because they advertised it. And that part,
I mean, they always do that.
I reached like a little bit of cognitive dissonance there because I'm like, so are you
Yeah,
telling me
it's
if you don't want to get banned, just abuse it in secret? Like
No, like a lot of secret abusers got banned too. It wasn't just Empyrean.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
just
feel
the
like
thing.
because he made it so well known, they like took action very swiftly, you know? Someone did a worm build and he got fucked by GGG. Guys, we keep worm builds. I thought everyone knew about this right now. Everyone keeps worm builds hush hush. Nobody talks about worm builds. Because every time someone tries to do anything with a worm build, GGG will nerf it instantly. I don't understand why. Why don't they just remove that item? Why do they keep doing this? What was the worm build? I don't actually know.
Night's madness drains away all hope.
Nobody talks about worm builds. It's like fishing. Nobody talks about fishing. Yo, I figured out the secret for ultimatums, okay? You just trap yourself in a corner somewhere. You know, you make a little choke point, and you just fight your way out from there. Otherwise, you get swarmed too much. You gotta limit the surface area exposure. I'm playing like I'm playing StarCraft.
What it will.
Yeah, the swarming is painful.
Yeah, man, this is how you deal with the Zerg. Oh, except for Monster Slain challenge, you can't do that, huh? I'm just like opening up doors and looking for like ways to choke them.
Choking vapors seek the living.
Clever use of map mechanics.
The flames race towards you.
I love fishing though. I know, me too. I actually do like fishing. I kind of like in game and in real life, both. I actually think fishing is really fun. It's really chill.
Fire always spreads.
I'm like entirely relying on my life flask to stay alive. In Ultimatum, at least, you get flash charges so fast. Jesus.
Can you feel death coiling around your heart?
I feel like Pathfinder would do pretty well doing these challenges, you know? You get flash charges like super fast here.
Yeah, but Pathfinder usually doesn't have problems with
True.
classic thing, right?
The storm approaches.
I don't like the stand in the circle ones.
Those are hard. Actually, Survive is the hardest one, I think.
No, survive you can like run around, you can run out the side of the circle every once in a while.
I feel like the pack size is bigger in those.
If you don't kill them, they are.
Yeah.
Every once in a while it just gets super rippy though. It's like
Every once in a while, yes. But like, it gets rippy and I don't understand why.
it's like a secret rippy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the buffs you picked didn't make them stronger, but all of a sudden they got like frenzy, they're like chasing after you nonstop.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the game has decided you've done too much.
Yeah, it's like it's time to die, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's time. Come on.
He says that, eh? He's like, if you've had too many winning streaks in a row.
You won. You live for too long. It's time. Come on. It's like it's fair. I'll take it. I really like the ultimatums though. It actually it's really fun.
I feel like you've said that for the last 3 game mechanic leagues. Since
But they were fun. Like rituals were fun.
Yeah.
Heists.
Heist was not fun.
I like heist. Dude, I do them whenever I like.
You have downtime, yeah.
Yeah, downtime.
Do heist a lot.
Yeah, I do them a lot actually.
I tell myself I'm gonna do heist this week.
But they're not rewarding. Like, not really.
Aren't they pretty rewarding?
If you get the gear for it, but like if you're just randomly doing it without, you know, speccing for it, I actually don't think you get much. You know, you get the occasional dinky little currency, but
Okay. Because I was just going off of like seeing Dream drop multiple exalts.
I don't think it's like that. I think you're averaging like maybe 3 chaos per zone or something.
That's probably not worth it then.
Spears in PoE look sick? Yeah. They look really cool. That's PoE too. Who knows when that'll be coming along though. I had about 10 win streak and then died. The trial master said, "It is done, my master. Punish me no longer." That means you've been destroying them too many times. Wait, insane! You switched over to corrupting Bladestorm corrupting blood? You said it's going well? $2024? Maybe. Honestly, PoE 2, like, COVID probably messed them up pretty hard.
Why?
Oh,
They're all
God.
programmers. Can't they just work from home?
I bet they can't have, like, proper meetings, you know.
Oh my god. Zoom. Like, there's no reason they can't have it.
I guess. Still in story though, so we shall see when I get to maps. Nice.
What in the world?
Just make sure to properly balance out your damage and don't go too hard on. Like, you have the opposite problem for some reason, Insane. You always go so hard on defense, from what I noticed. Just get yourself a proper balance, get decent damage, make sure you have a good weapon. You're gonna be good to go. Sounds like you're gonna have a fantastic build. I think Bladestorm is actually really strong this league. It was already strong before, and then they added like what 100% extra more damage with bleeding. It's nutty. What's defense? Potato isn't here. It's okay. We can have real talk. We don't need to be all damage. We don't need to be. Man, this boss is a problem for me. Okay. I'm gonna build up some rage.
You're going rage, eh? That's cool. Never played anything rage.
I mean, I don't have too much on rage, but I picked up a node on the cluster jewel where if I hit once with an axe, I build a rage. And then at the beginning of the fight, I drop a hydrosphere and I use chain hook to every time chain hook hits anything, it gives you rage. And for some reason, with hydrosphere, it counts as hitting. So then I use it to build up rage, and then I can fight with like full rage, which gives you like quite a bit. It gives you like 50% increased attack speed, 50% increased damage. Like it's quite a bit. But like with petrified blood, the damage over time, oh, it just ruins me. Yep. I need a immune to poison. Is there a way to do that?
On the
On the
Pantheon.
tree. Immune. Absolutely immune.
Pantheon.
Pantheon? How?
Oh, did they change it? I swear.
They
Shikara
changed
used
it.
to
They used to be immune.
Yeah, it used to be immune. right?
Yeah, now it's like less damage taken. Like the problem with me is petrified
it's
blood
less
doesn't
duration.
stop damage over time. No.
It's duration.
Hmm?
It's 50% less duration of poisons on you.
Yeah, no, for like with petrified blood, you can get one shot it, but you still live. But then the moment you take damage over time, I think that kills you. And I'm already at half HP. You know what? Maybe I turn off petrified blood right now. I can't. Can't. Blast is the only way to be immune to poison. Okay, there's no like immune to bleed kind of, because there's immune to bleed. I guess maybe not for poison. Okay, which one's my remove poison flask? Okay, number 4. Okay. I think I just need to fight him slowly. Okay. Okay. Man. Just try turning off Petrified Blood. Well, the thing with turning it off is it doesn't do much. It only gives me like what? 900 more HP, you know? And then if he hits me hard, I'm just gonna get one-shotted. So the idea is like normally when I get one-shotted, instead I have to wait 4 seconds to die. But if he hits me to 0 and applies some kind of damage over time, it instantly kills me.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But then the problem is it's not just poison, right? It's any damage over time. Burning.
Well, okay, so
bleeding.
I'm like very much immune to burning. I like put status like chance to avoid being ignited and then chance to avoid elemental ailments. So like I have a very high chance of just avoiding ignite, and then I'm gonna craft some stuff on my gear that makes me basically immune to ignite, right? And then I think you can be immune to burning ground somehow with like a jewel or implicit somewhere. And then if I have malevolence, I can be immune to bleeding with Watcher's Eye, but I don't know if there's one for like immune to poison. If there's a Watcher's Eye that's immune to poison, I would get it, I think. Or like some kind of jewel. I don't know. Like last league, I was completely immune to all elemental ailments and then immune to bleeding. So I didn't have to worry about any of that stuff because I was elementalist, right? With the golems, you can just be immune to all of it.
Yeah.
Which is actually really strong. It's probably one of the benefits of playing that class. And now instead I have to try and craft it through jewels and on my gear, and you can get it relatively easily. I don't know about poison though. Maybe you just stack a bunch of jewels. You know how you can harvest craft implicits and then chance to avoid poison? You need a lot. Each jewel gives you 10% chance to avoid poison, right?
Yeah. Is there a poison one? I don't think I've seen a poison one.
I'm pretty sure there's a poison implicit. Let me see. It's the harvest one. So let's say random jewel, harvest implicits, harvest seed, 10% chance to avoid being poisoned. Yeah. So even if I get half, like 5 of them, 50% chance to avoid being poisoned, maybe. Is there anything else?
Or maybe spec out of Petrified Blood.
No, Petrified Blood is so good. You know? Like, especially on an evasion character, I feel like it's so good because physical damage hits normally just like one-shot you.
Yeah.
I did it. I mean,
But
They hit you. I guess that makes sense.
but now instead they just like, you can leech through it. I feel like that's one of like the major downsides of evasion characters, right? Which is like you evade a lot, and then the one time you don't evade, you just die.
Yeah. That is true.
That will destroy your jewel spots. Well, they're just implicits, right? So, like, how many jewels do I have right now? We have 1 jewel, 2, 3, and then if you add cluster jewel slots, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 slots already. So essentially, if you get enough harvest crafting, and like jewel harvest crafting is actually pretty easy. You get them pretty often. That's 60% already. And like, I do want to add 1 more cluster jewel. So it's not entirely outside of realm possibility, but it does mean that I might need to remove this wheel, which I'm not too happy about. I was thinking about getting a second cluster jewel. And then like, if you add medium clusters, like you add a medium cluster, there's more cluster jewels, right? So you can have a lot of slots just by having cluster jewels in the first place. The large cluster will give you 2. If you add 2 medium clusters, there's a few more. I can't play PoE, it's not running well for me. On your PlayStation or on your PC? That's weird. Alright, so we managed to get another Watchstone. This Al has mean. Oh, that's weird. Toxic sewers. Less life recovery. That sucks, but I think I can deal with it. It's on Lyra Arthane. Tier 7 toxic. Okay. What happens if I socket another one here? Turns into tier 10, tier 9. I can get tier 8s. Okay.
I made a better jewel for myself, but then I don't have the Viz Leech as mana on this jewel.
You could always spend 1 point and just get some attack damage leech this mana.
On the tree, you mean?
On the tree, the bottom right corner. I was thinking about it.
Like you'd have to walk there, the life and mana leech.
Don't you normally go there anyways?
I'm 2 points away. I spec out of it to save some points.
Because normally in order to hit the life, you have to go up, right? Like here? But you can go down instead.
Where?
Hold
Look
on.
at- I'm looking at anything.
At the bottom right, right at the bottom right.
Yeah.
I think I did the math once and it's like,
Does your
no matter
PoE
how you
overlay
spec, if you go
work?
to do you go to acrobatics?
I do, yes.
So no matter how you go to acrobatics, wait, what the heck? Glyph. Hold on.
Does your PoE overlay work for trade, like to tell you the price, or is it glitching?
PoE overlay? I use Awaken PoE trade.
Does it work?
Yeah.
So like it's telling you the appropriate price right now?
Oh, you mean with PoE prices, like the price prediction?
Yeah.
It's not working.
Like it's not giving you a right price, or it's not parsing it.
It's not parsing properly, but I can search. Actually, no, it's working. It's working. It's just really slow. Turtle, don't you have like a pretty decent PC? I'm surprised that it's not working for you. Okay, yeah, Alan. So,
Yeah. Show me the
so
note.
normally you go to acrobatics. Like you can either go up and grab life, right? But then if you're trying to go to the left side of the tree, you end up having to come down anyways.
Yeah. So
Right?
the node you're talking about is here, right? Like,
Right here. So normally,
that
if
way,
you
yeah.
instead of going up, you go this way and you refund this one. That's the same. These 2 points,
Oh, I missed that one there.
and then you just grab this,
I was going the far right one. Yeah, you're right.
right?
It used to be.
And then so it's just 1 point to get mana leech. I spent quite a bit on a jewel to give myself attack leech. So I got physical damage over multiplier and life. And then I tried to get mana with it, and that was expensive. But I realized I could just spend the point and get mana leech. Otherwise, I would have to go over here. Yeah,
I was
last
going
league it
over-
was running fine.
I was going over there.
Yeah, maybe you need to verify the files. It's possible. Or like doing a reinstall. Let's do June. I don't mind doing Fortune Favors the Brave.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Alright, more maps. Managed to kill another Elder Slayer today, so that's more progress. Pretty happy with that. Let's build up some rage. I mean, I'm kind of wondering if I even need Hydrosphere. I basically only use it to build rage before bosses. I guess it's useful.
This time you will finally lose.
This one might be
Night's
tough.
madness strains away all hope.
I actually think this build can make very good use of Pantheons
Can you feel
because of all the
death
different
pouring
defenses it
around
stacks.
the heart?
Like, Pantheon seems to favor evasion builds a lot. Because there are a lot of nodes in there that are like
Descends.
less damage taken if you've been hit recently or stuff like that.
The storm comes swiftly.
Ow, ow.
Lightning always strikes twice.
Holding my ground. My HP is so low. Less AoE? That's scary, but
Your reach exceeds your grasp.
I'm just choking him behind the door. Using the map to my advantage. Gotta use everything I got. Ow, ow, everything hurts.
This is
Oh, that was hard. The map had like less recovery rate. That actually hurts my build a lot because a lot of my survivability depends on leech and regen and all that stuff. So 40% less just like lowers my defense by so much. Luckily we were able to do it. Wow. Na, 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 na.
found you, little exile. Now I'm gonna kill you. No! Not in the dark again! Want a friend, I do. Sit in my room, bashing my hammer. Hate the dark?
My mana is gone.
I'm liking this build, man. This is fun. Just slam the ground. A whole bunch of damage. Pretty survivable. The yellow maps. I think I'm gonna freaking die in red maps though. I'm so worried. But my gear isn't like extreme levels of scuffiness. Like I have no evasion on an evasion character. I have no dodge on a dodge character. I'm entirely reliant on life leech right now to survive, which isn't necessarily what this build is supposed to be.
That's exactly what I'm doing too.
But that gives me hope, you know? Because, like, that means I just need to farm a little bit, spend some money, get the gear I actually want. I bet everything's so freaking expensive this league. Do you have your Uber yet?
Yeah.
Did you farm like the pieces to get your Uber? Or did you just naturally find it? Like your trials?
So I found 5 of them myself. I did use some, you know, you can use the offering in your map device.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did that for like one of them. I found 4 in maps, and then for the last one, it was like getting too unlucky, so I just went on 820.
Oh, okay. Don't worry, I'm poor too. How are you poor, Dream? I'm actually, I guess I can. I feel like Dream, you're the type of player to just like get a crazy amount of currency and like instantly spend it, just to get stronger.
I'm not up to that just yet.
Versus I like to hoard my
Yeah, I like to hoard.
just to watch it grow.
You have an exalt and a chaos. I mean, that's still a lot of currency. Cover it. 7 exalt, 63 chaos. That's a lot of money. The heck? I'm pretty sure I'm at like, well, I got an exalt today, but that might be everything I have. Oh no, I have 2 exalts. I have 2 exalts.
There'll be no bargaining this time. Just use.
Tell him Moana, son of stone. Exile.
Alrighty. Haku's removed. Yeah, let's get this guy out of here.
Who plays politics? Haku.
How noble of you.
Keep your eyes sharp. That would
We don't
only
need
slow
him.
you
We
down.
don't need him. Get him out of here.
Cool wins.
How do you feel about the new June unveils?
I like them. I quite like them.
Kind of nice, right?
Yeah, it gives you like a incentive to not just craft it yourself or.
Yeah. Well, like sometimes you find like a decent item and then the June unveil. It's very rare, but sometimes it actually makes it even better because the June unveils are pretty strong. Ooh. I like that. The only reason why I keep Haku around is just so that I can get the percent quality craft on weapons. Because that percent quality craft goes really well with things like Enlighten, Empower,
Yeah.
all that stuff. Oh, this breach sucks. The hell? Oh, okay, map done. Frick. Stupid map. Have you been getting a lot of Delirium maps this league?
Some, yeah.
I get them all the time now.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's not bad. Fuck. Intelligent.
My regards.
Okay, yeah.
My
so
intelligence
let's...
is so low.
Same. Wait, like In real life? No. In the game.
For
In the game.
character.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Goddamn.
Oh yeah. Wish I had 2 increased quality. Like socketed gems have increased quality weapons, but I only have 1. Unfortunately.
Good luck out there.
Alrighty, so it's the 1 hour mark, so I can cut the episode right here. We managed to kill one more of the Elder Slayers, I think is what they're called. Are they Elder Slayers or are they Conquerors? Anyways, we killed one of those bosses. We got another Watchstone. The build is coming along nicely, and you know, we're just slowly moving to higher tiered maps. I think I have 1 tier 8 map, so I guess slowly we're getting there. You know, we're making good progress. Hopefully we can build a little bit more currency. We got an exalt this episode, which is actually pretty good. So I actually am building a lot more currency, and hopefully as we go on we can find like a decent 2-handed axe or buy one, maybe in a couple days. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, you can leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Bye-bye.